Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. If you are new to this channel, you are welcome. Please subscribe to this channel if you've not, to get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. Now these are the materials needed. We needing straw hat, a full straw hat like this, flower, this is just like bouquet flower, scissors, measuring tape, razor, needle and fishing line. You can use thread in place of fishing line if you don't have fishing line. Now we'll be using UHU gum as well. Now let's begin. Now I'll be using razor blade to cut this area of the straw hat. I will use razor to cut this area, and when I'm done cutting small, I'll use my scissors to finish up the cutting. Just watch and see how it will be. So I am done cutting. Next thing is to use my measuring tape to measure how many inches I have in this brim of my straw hat. This is about 5.5 inches. Now I'll be cutting half of it out because I wouldn't be needing everything for this design because it will be so big. So I'll use my scissors to cut out small, then I'll use my scissors to finish up the cutting. I use razor to cut out small before using scissors to cut out the remaining. Now this is it. So this is the part I'll be making use of. I'll use my scissors to cut out this area of it because I'll be using my fishing line and needle to sew it round. So I'm going to start sewing with my needle and fishing line. So let's start the sewing. So you watch what I'm doing and follow very closely, because if you really want to get the best part of this design, you need to follow this video to the end so that you will not make any mistake in this design, because there are some things you ought to know about this wonderful design that I'm making. So you just watch closely as I continue sewing. So you see what I'm doing? You need to keep sewing and put it down this way. When you get to this part, to put it down and you keep sewing with your needle and thread until you get to this place. Then you cut out with your scissors and finish up the sewing. When you are done, you can see how I made this. You see where I curved and where I continued. There is nothing so difficult about this design. It is just as simple as ABC. You can decide to curve yours whichever way you want to curve it. So this is the way I used my needle and fishing line until I got to this part. So I finished up the sewing this way. I had to use my needle and fishing line to tack this place up as well. So when I'm done, I cut out and use my hand to tie up the remaining severally in order to secure it to be very strong. So I'll be using my flower now to design. You bring out the flower you want to use and apply gum on it and keep it. So this is the way you keep doing this until you apply the flower you want to use, to apply the amount of flour you want to use, because I want the flour to be very full. So it all depends on how you want to do it or how you want it. So this is what I'll keep doing. I'll apply at the top and I'll apply under as well. Make sure I apply the way it is meant to be. See the way I cut out and I remove this green thing under, and I bent it a bit. I applied gum, then I sticked it to this hat. This was how I was just doing it until I applied flour to all these areas that I wanted to apply flour to. So this is it. There's nothing so difficult about this. So you apply how many flowers you want to apply. So this is the outlook of the design, the outcome of this design. Now what do you think about this design? I hope you love it. I hope it came out very beautiful. You can comment whatever you feel about this design. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this design, and also subscribe to my channel if you've not. Okay, thank you.